It is great to have Glen Big Baby Davis of the Orlando Magic with us in the Bright House Sports Network studios. Glen, you just finished up your first season in a Magic jersey, won a championship ring with the Boston Celtics in your rookie year in 2007, 2008. But this was an up and down season for you, Glen. How do you sum up your first year in a Magic jersey?
Wow. It was crazy, just for us the lockout and coming in during the lockout and trying to fit in. That was my biggest problem, trying to fit in and not try to be the pink monkey or the pink elephant in the room and try to just embrace my teammates, my new teammates, and just try to gel as much as possible. That was my main goal. It didn't go that way as far as just the way I wanted it to go, but I stuck tight during the whole season and ended up on a good note.
How difficult was it for you to deal with 2 deaths in the family and still try to play basketball?
It was tough, but at the end of the day, I knew what was important to me, and family is important, and the game of basketball is important to me also, and those are just things that I have to deal with. You got to deal with those things, and I think my teammates and fans, they gave me a lot of love and support.
You actually heard some boos at the start of the season, and those turned to complete cheers by the end of the year. Doubled your production in the postseason. 19 points a game, 9.2 rebounds. That's all-star caliber numbers right there, but your team was bounced in the first round.
Yeah.
How were you able to turn the corner on a professional level and become the leader of that team without Dwight Howard?
Well, you just got to be a leader. You can't say, oh, let me be the leader. You got to lead through, examples. The way you approach every day as far as just coming to work, handling yourself as a professional, and making sure that you're making sure that you want to be something be part of something bigger than yourself. And that's what I realized, and that was my drive, my determination to go out there and do the right things, and everything just fell up on me, and that's all I can say.
How tough was it to deal with the boos early on in the season?
It was tough. It was really, really tough going through, the funerals and things like that. A lot of people don't understand and see, but
that's a great point.
It made me feel, like I had more to prove, and that's how I want to feel. Like I want to feel like, hey, I haven't done anything yet. I have to prove myself.
Did you feel like that by the end of the year?
You know what? I felt like I'd accomplished something, but it was just like a tip of things that I can do. I feel like, it was just at the end, it was just like me. That was the player that I know I can be, and it just felt good. And during the summer, I think that's what I want to concentrate on, is that rhythm and that flow that I had. So when it comes on the next year, next season, there won't be no boos, I promise you that.
This could be a completely new look Orlando Magic roster. I just talked to Jason Richardson yesterday. He says you look 1 through 15, the entire roster could change.
Yeah.
If you were GM, like new GM Rob Hennigan, the 30-year-old general manager of the Magic, what would you do?
Well, that's a hard decision. But at the end of the day, especially with Rob, he wants to change the culture. And at the end of the day, you got to start from the root, and seeing where loyalty lies. Who wants to be in Orlando Magic? Who wants to believe in this culture that we're trying to create? And that's what he's trying to find out. He's just trying to get everybody on the same page, so when we head forward to the future, knowing this is what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to accomplish something great, and everybody has to be a part. So you start off with that at first, and that's all you can really control right now, is who wants to be in Orlando Magic. And I think he's doing it. I think the way he's doing it, Rob, I think he's doing a great job. So
it's interesting you brought up the word loyalty. That was the theme of Dwight Howard's press conference when it was announced he would stay with the Magic through 2012-13. Now, Glen, you have said through many different interviews here in this offseason that 100% Dwight Howard will be in a Magic jersey next year. You still feel that way?
I still feel that way. I've known Dwight for a long time, and he's a great guy. His heart's in the right place. Things can be frustrating, but at the end of the day, he's been here for a long time, and I feel like he's going to be here. That's just I might be wrong.
He could potentially get a fresh start.
Yeah, this is a fresh start. We have a new GM, we have a new coach. We're in the process of doing a lot of new things here. So if I wouldn't go nowhere. I don't want to go nowhere. Like, I'll be devastated if they traded me. I'll probably cry or something.
There are a lot of rumors flying the NBA draft coming up Thursday night, and you will be part of the Orlando Magic radio broadcast. The draft starts at 7, Glenn. What sort of analysis can you provide on the NBA draft?
Well, but basically just the play of the game. You know, you can see where college players fit in at the NBA level. And this draft is really, really deep, not only just at the point guard, but at the power forward, the center, position. A lot of guys are going to, contribute in the NBA in this draft. And I just give my insight because I once was there at that point in time in my life, and I know how it felt, and, kind of letting people know my knowledge of the game.
Jameer Nelson, J.J. Redick are other teammates that we're still not sure whether they'll be back in Magic jerseys. Do you have a feeling on those guys?
I don't know. I don't know. But I've grown to love Jameer and J.J., those guys, and just playing with those guys is an unbelievable feeling. And, whatever they do, I hope that, that they come back. If they don't, I wish them good wells, and hopefully everything will work out in their favor.
You think it could be a drama-free year coming up this season?
If I have anything to do with it, it will be. I'll make sure that it'll be a drama-free year. No craziness. It's about playing basketball, winning championships. That's all we want to do.
Glenn, you've made the rounds, charity events, all sorts of community outreach programs. We caught up with you as you preached about healthy eating to the kids at the Callahan Center, and you had those guys wowed. It seems like you have a blast with these sorts of events.
Yeah, I do. I most definitely do, because when I was a young child, I didn't have that athlete to come to me and say, hey, healthy eating or literacy is the way to go, and to be around those kids and see the reactions that I can make them have, it's unbelievable. The things that, I can make them do in, making reading fun, making eating carrots fun, so it's just amazing being around those kids and just kind of, just sharing the love, and that's all I get out of it is love. I love the love.
You've got a lot more charity events coming up.
Yeah.
Your own foundation?
Yeah, it's the Glen Big Baby Davis Foundation, and it just surrounds literacy and healthy recreational activities for kids. It's a great thing, because I got really passionate about it because literacy was one of my struggles, and reading is just so fundamental. You need it to do everything,
And people can follow you. You're all over the social wires. Twitter, I am Big Baby 11.
I am Big Baby 11. You got my website, I am Big Baby. You just got so many things that's going on, man. The social world, Facebook. You can reach everywhere to find out anything about my foundation. I got camps coming up as far as, Big Baby Glen Davis Magic basketball camps, July 30th through August 3rd at the Silver Star Recreational Center. We got those things going on. We got a lot of things going for Orlando. I'm happy. I'm just finally getting my feet settled, so it feels good.
Glenn, you're really making some media rounds, too. I've said recently that you're becoming one of my favorite interviews. Your candid takes and your honesty on a lot of the tough subjects. Could a television basketball analyst be in your future once your NBA days are over?
I don't know. I think about it a lot, because I am getting older. 26.
How about that?
So I think about it, and I feel like I got a future there. We'll see.
Well, if you should give it some pretty good thought. Glen Big Baby Davis with us here in the Bright House Sports Network studios. Link up with this guy. Catch up with him on Twitter. I am Big Baby 11, and check out his website for all sorts of upcoming events. You can get your kids involved in all sorts of programs that he is hosting. For Glen Davis, I'm David Baumann, Bright House Sports Network.